Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Tamiya. It's a 1/24 scale car kit, and it's more of a reissue which we saw on Nuremberg toy model show. So this time we have a, let's say, final release, so I bought it with your help, with your donations, and we have here this kit because, well, I'm a small fan of, or big fan of Italian cars, and my actually first car was also Italian, so that's why it's interesting to see this tiny cute Fiat, and of course to build it as well, maybe later. So first of all, I have to say that the box size is not that huge. I would say it's on par with what we saw on Lotus Super 7. So here you can see comparison with my hand. Really nice box art, by the way. And here on the side you can see also the hint that we have several markings or decals for those markings, as well as here, but that's more of a top view of what we saw on the previous pictures. So it's a top opening box, and inside we have, as you can see, plenty of space. So I will be opening everything one by one. And as usual for Tamiya, here we have everything enclosed with the staples. So I'm going to use a debonder in order to open it, and then we will gradually move to one and the second and the third plastic sprue. I'm a bit slow because I'm looking at the car body shell, and it's quite interesting design. So, well, first of all, this is a Fiat 500, so that's why it's not so huge. Do not expect some enormous sizes, and maybe it would be a wise idea to have this model in a bigger scale, but Tamiya decided just to reissue the old kit. And as you can see, maybe I'll close the lenses even more because it's a white plastic, and as you can see, all doors, bonnet, and well, the engine cover will be separate, surprisingly. Here we also have the separate roof panel, so maybe you can replicate the rack top. And here you can also see what we have inside. Well, there is not that much inside, to be honest. But overall, this is a quite nice quality. And of course, it's really cute because it fits on your palm, even though this is a 1/24 scale, so it's not a small scale model. So for some modelers, it will be quite an interesting choice to replicate. And of course, you can try to replicate all of those, let's say, tuning versions of this car, because, well, Italian drivers were trying to get even more from this tiny Italian Fiat. And of course, some of the modifications are really cool, and if you have some reference materials for such things, then why not? Okay, next we continue with another plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to the chrome parts. Well, those pre-chrome parts, they are containing the front and rear bumpers. We have also headlamp lenses and some of the interior parts, even the speedo cover here. We also have the wheel covers and also some of the screen wipers and the front mask special chrome section. So overall, I think it's a really good quality, but of course you will have to be careful while separating all of this stuff, because, well, while cutting off the part you might damage it, and then all of this chrome finish will have to be redone. But again, another point is that professional modelers, they will just strip all of the chrome and they will repaint it with their chrome paints. This is also a feasible approach, because I saw that some modelers actually able to get the really, I would say, like a real life chrome finish, but, well, I'm not that professional yet. And if you have your own method which you are using for replicating chrome parts, then be free to share it in the comment section below. So here we continue with the clear parts. As you can see, these are mainly glasses, front, rear, and side glasses. We also have the lenses for tail lights and headlamps, and the molding quality is really cool. So here we have everything we need. I'm not sure if we actually get the masks, so if masks are not included, then you will have to cut them by your own, and this will take some time for sure. So for the tires, we have the vinyl tires, which are packed together with the vinyl polycaps. It means that you can remove the wheels, you don't have to glue them into the place. But, well, I'm not sure who is actually using this feature on Tamiya models, especially car kits. Maybe it's useful for painting the parts, but again, it's useful for painting the parts on the, for example, tracked vehicles, but definitely not on the cars, where you paint the wheels separately anyway. Okay, so next we continue with the first white plastic sprue. So this one is dedicated to mix of various parts, and maybe I'll just zoom out so that you can see what we are talking about here. First of all, the wheel rims here, the steering wheel here, some suspension parts are here, also the lower section of the engine, this rack top which is molded separately. You can also replicate it in a folded position, which is really cool because it will help you to show more of interior. Note that seats are molded as a single piece parts. Here we have the central console and dashboard. So overall it looks fine. But again, this is not a new kit, so it's more of a reissue of the old kit, and it just shows that the original release was quite, I would say, it survived the test with the time, and it still looks good for out-of-the-box build, even though I know that some modders would like to add some aftermarket, and here comes the question whether we will see such aftermarket, which will add some minor features here and there. Okay, so, and for the engine, well, I think it's a must-have here because we have the separate engine cover. So here we have more of the engine parts, even though it will not be fully visible once installed in the vehicle, but still we have some of the gearbox parts, we even have the drive belts here, and also some of the suspension parts here. So everything looks cool, and the door cards are molded separately, but handles are molded in, so you will have to be careful. And also here you can see the floor panel. If we flip it over, so the floor panel is molded basically with the floor for the interior, and maybe you have to think through how to paint it in a more convincing way, but overall molding quality seems to be fine, even though this is a quite old plastic. And by the way, there is a nice surprise on the bottom of the box. So we have decals, and I will just open this plastic bag and I will show you what is the surprise. It's always a bit tricky with this paper clips. I'm not sure why Tamiya keeps using them. This is a really retarded version of the protecting the parts, and I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. And this is definitely not a friendly way for young modders as well. So for the decals, here we have all of the stripes which are necessary to replicate for some of the marking options. As you can see, we also have the abarth included here. At least I think so. We will check it in the marking guide. But the printing quality seems to be fine. I can see that we still get a bit of the carrier film, so be careful. But this is a, let's say, tradition for Tamiya decals, nothing special here. But about surprises, so this car is quite, I would say, notable also for its chrome, not stickers, but the chrome signs. So here we have chrome stickers actually. And this is a really nice thing to have in a kit for this price. So definitely a good bonus which will make your car a bit more realistic in appearance. But another thing is the masks. So masks are included here. And this will come handy for a nice paint finish for sure. And frankly speaking, I was not expecting this in the kit of this price range. Let's put it this way. Okay, so next we continue with the assembly manual. This one is printed as a black and white brochure. Here I will zoom out a bit so that you can see what we will be talking about here. So this brochure, we have a short history note on the first page, then we continue with recommended tools and the paints required for this build, and assembly process starts with an engine. I can see that it's written engine 1, engine 2, maybe there are different versions, let's say the tuning versions as well. Next we continue with the, and this is really weird format of the assembly manual, but well, what we can do. So here we continue with the rear suspension. So this one should be quite detailed. As you can see, there are also the various suspension bars and linkages are replicated in right way. What I'm checking here is that we are already attaching the wheels. And next we start working on the seats. So with the interior, again, it's your decision whether you would like to open the rack top or not. If you would like to replicate an open version, then the interior will be visible. Here, by the way, you can see the rear seat installation. So this will also serve as a bulkhead for the engine, or bulkhead is actually a separate part. So be sure to paint it into the right paint color. Next we continue with the mirror. And then we have the windows. I'm just looking how this will be installed. So we have the masks, and probably you can paint them before installation so that you can replicate the rubber seals. And then we have two assembly options. Here I can see again we have the masking stickers, and this is for the windscreen, this is for the rear window, and also we have here the engine cover being fixed in place with this sticky tape for temporary hold in place. Okay, so then you install the body onto the chassis, or onto the lower section, if we can put it this way. Next we continue with the license number plate, and also rear bumper. And here you can see the screen wipers, also the headlamps being assembled, and also two versions of this soft roof. And then we have two marking options. So one is racing one, and another one is with this stripe, 3-color stripe. And here we also have a short history note and also some tips on how to apply the decals. Why I'm still a bit confused, because this kit was also shown with a birth marking option, so I can see that there is some racing option, but I'm not sure if it is the one. If you know, feel free to write in the comment section. And of course, well, I would say the chrome finish will make or break this build, because this car is quite prominent with the chrome parts. It will be visible on the assembled model, especially in this size, so be sure to work properly and maybe also try to achieve this glossy finish of the car body, because as you can see, it also adds a bit of a nice look to this model. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion. I would be happy to read it here in the comment section below. And of course, if you would like to support us, as you can see, it helps me to get such nice models. So you can do it several ways, and with the donate button on our website as well. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.